I want to make a video where I just talk about something that's on my mind completely unscripted, because I haven't done that in a long time and I think it's good practice.
Well, personally, I'm just very lazy, but yes, let's call it good practice.
Recently, I've been feeling incredibly confident and empowered in my body. My dysmorphia has reduced significantly. I'm not exercising any more than I was, I'm not eating any healthier, I'm definitely not eating any healthier. The thing that's changed is that I've been receiving frequent vocal endorsement of my body, and it's mainly from men. This dynamic really challenges my feminism. I feel like one of feminism's core ideals is empowerment, and seeking empowerment from kind of within yourself and your gender, and I find that incredibly difficult to wrestle with when I'm literally seeking male approval of my body unintentionally without me even noticing. And
yes, this is very interesting. I found this video and saw some people already doing responses to it, but I think this is very good video to kind of take one very toxic aspect of feminism into to talking about what I want to talk about. So let's start with this, that okay, she's having problem that her body image, self-image is getting boosts when people give her pleasantries, and maybe even more, or at least she felt this way because of guys giving her compliments. So let me just start with kind of this idea that think about that there is kind of this kind of a bias in your mind, and that bias is that this very Zen Buddha of me to say, but and some Zen Buddha teacher will teach this a lot better, but the idea is that in your mind you have picture of everything. You have picture of yourself, you have picture of, I don't know, like a tree, and you have picture of like a dog and whatever. But the thing is that your mind resists change, and you can't understand how materia fluctuates. So that, for example, if you have a banana and you leave it on a table for many months, then it will just rot and just be horrible. You can't, I would say in a way that you can't possibly have like updated picture of everything around you in your mind. You don't have the great exact precise picture, not even yourself. You can even think about that. If you have like an age crisis, you have a, oh my god, I'm too old, oh my god, and you have this kind of a crisis going on in your mind. It's because you have to, something external happens. It could be a birthday, it could be someone saying, oh, you have gray hair or whatever, but it's something external happens, or maybe you just start to think about it, but like you have to come in terms that the picture in your mind about yourself is not exactly the same as you are yourself. Maybe you started to notice that you are just, after 40 years old, you are just slowing down and you're not so fast thinker or whatever, and this can create a lot of resistance in your mind, which can be very stressful. So when Buddha talks about suffering and that humans are bound to suffer, I think this is what is meant by the suffering. This that it's very hard for your mind to understand that time moves forward, and it's not just the concept of time moving forward, but like basically that because you can't update everything all the time, or it wouldn't be even anyway useful to do that, then you have this resistance to changes around you. You have this resistance inside to all these changes, and the main point here is that also external validation. So with something like meditation, you can really lessen the amount of power something like external validation has on you. You can lessen how much it affects your mind if someone says something negative to you, or you notice something negative, or something negative happens, how fast you can bounce upon it. And are you present in this moment, or are you just thinking about the future and having stressed out, oh my god, I need to do this, I have to leave to Vaasa, I have to go to the bus stop in 2 hours, and I have to pack, and I still have to get ready for the bus and everything? Or are you thinking in your past that, oh my god, I'm so guilty that I wanted to have a joke yesterday, but I really didn't do it, I feel so bad? Or are you just present in this moment, enjoying this moment, being present? And in that way, I think it comes very interesting. What I feel is the polarity of femininity and masculinity. But I'll let her speak more, and I'll come back to this idea.
Also, this doesn't mean I want it to stop. Like, this is such a positive influence in my life, despite where it's coming from. I just want to use this platform that I'm now on to like further develop my body and like self-love from within as opposed to from outside influences. Also, I find it really weird that I'm definitely not the only person that has this paradoxical relationship with body image, and that probably that's part of the reason why there are so many young women with terrible self-esteem issues. We must...
yes, it's biology. So biology and evolution has evolved you in a way to seek external validation, especially from men. And why? Because biologically you want to reproduce, get children. So many, even young girls, I talk to them, and they tell me that they are having the baby boom. They really want to have a baby, but it's not just that you want to have sex, because you want to have sex because your body tells you want to reproduce. Your body doesn't know about contraception, condoms and such. So you can, in today's society, choose if you want to bear children, but the biology demands you to, like, you will get horny and wants you to have sex, wants you to reproduce. But the thing is that it's not only want you to have sex, but it also wants you to enjoy the external validation, especially from men, because when you get that positive compliments from men, it tells your brain that you have the right stuff, that you if you choose, you are able to reproduce, or that, like, possibly someone would take care of you and the children. Like it of course doesn't exactly mean that if I tell you that you are really beautiful, it doesn't mean that I want to bear your children and grow them and give you the benefits you would have had in caveman times, like that they are safe and you have food and you have shelter and whatever. It doesn't mean that, of course, but it kinda, you need the external validation to kinda know that you are doing the right thing in a way, that you look good, that you would get chosen by the alpha male. So this is very interesting. Like I think this is, like, for me, one difference between masculinity and femininity, at least for me, is that I wanna be grounded. I wanna feel neutral or positive in my mind. I wanna have strong beliefs and strong morals that ground me and give me the kind of balance that also grows when I get older, and I'm more strong in my ideas and thoughts. Then in femininity, I think one reason why girls like to read like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey or these other romance novels, Harlequin novels, is the idea that they want to experience the whole rainbow of feelings. They want to cry and they want to be happy and really these extreme changes and kind of go with the flow of the external influence of the book or movie or whatever. Like, I'm not against a good drama movie, but I'd rather not have this. Like, for example, if I go out to party in a nightclub and if I at the same night laugh and have fun and then cry and then have more fun, it's probably very odd night, probably very, very bad experience for me usually, but I can easily believe that some girls would like that and would actually like really have a good night with a whole rainbow of feelings and the feelings changing and whatever. So if you're gonna go battle, you're gonna put your ideology against biology, then you know your ideology is going to fail. Like, look at this. Like, I'm not the only one who says that this is like very important and interesting video. Please, like, think about it. You have a conflict of interest with your ideology and biological facts that your body is telling you. Now, you may resolve them with meditation and kind of thinking about how much you want to be influenced by external validation, but I don't think a person can ever get rid of external validation altogether, or even they should do that. But if you want, you might be able to lessen the effects, but then again, like I think it can be good influence on you also, that external validation, because like I said, it's biological. You just have to think about it. What do you do with that that people notice you? And anyway, as the years go by and you are 70 years old, then I'm quite sure you will not, Lucy Moon, be getting as much of that attention as you do right now, and then you kind of have to balance it and come in terms in your mind with it, that you don't get that much external validation as you get when you are on your prime. But you know, such is life and everything is fading.
Consciously be being fed this idea that a male approval is the most important thing, or of the greatest worth in your own understanding of your body. It must be relatively subliminal, because I don't think I've ever been told that in my life. In fact,
it's not relatively subliminal, it's not anything like that. It's your biology, it's your body telling you that. It's no one has said that to you, like you correctly understood, but just if you think about it further, then it's not subliminal either, because and one thing that should give you kind of a nudge to the true reason is how strong you feel that feeling and how real it is, because it's not subliminal, it's biology.
I've had a lot of way more positive, empowering influences on the way that I view my body. But somewhere down the line, something has made me think subconsciously that being desirable is one of the most important, like, what's the word, ingredients to self-love and to ridding yourself of dysmorphia and whatever else, that your good body image depends on being desirable. And
no, actually, no. Like I said, you can fluctuate how much you are dependent on the external validation. You can lower the effect, for example, hypnosis, meditation, like I said, but it's not that that is the self-ingredient, that is the one ingredient to self-love, but rather that you should find self-love also within yourself and kind of maybe have only that external validation as a bonus, because like I said, when you are 70 years old, you have to come in terms with it that you won't be getting that much external validation, and probably you are much more like everyone is. I'm not saying you are unstable, but you're much more stable when you get older in your body and in your mind, and you are stronger about your thoughts and ideals and such, and you kind of like people get more conservative as they grow older, because like they don't probably do a 180 on their ideals and philosophies. Usually they can do, but like it's rarer than young people get very excited about. I get very excited about anti-feminism, and you get excited about feminism. But anyway, you can come in terms with that. You have your whole lifetime to really work this out.
That is super, super scary, because shockingly enough, you are not going to be desirable to the majority of people you meet in your life, and thus your validation is going to be incredibly low if that is what your validation depends on, and that's probably why mine was for so long. So I can't help but see a vicious cycle.
I really recommend this book, 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, that can expand on this idea, but like just to quickly go into it, if you were only person living in the world, then you would have total self-esteem, because you would be the absolute best in everything. And the whole concept of self-esteem that comes to your psychology is that why people struggle with self-esteem, why people are not that self-confident, because they are very related, is that you are not confident, because if you are confident and you do the wrong thing, you do the wrong decision, and people follow you because they see that confidence and they believe you are confident, then bad things can happen. So it's kind of the social aspect that you can see from a person if they are confident in what they say, or if they are confident in what they do. Just biologically your mind reacts to the situation. It's actually very hard to totally fake. You can always see if person has good self-esteem or not, if they, for example, keep a speech, or you are in interaction with them, or you ask them for direction and they give them to you. You can see, you can very quickly evaluate a little bit about their self-esteem and self-image, but how they interact, do they watch you in the eyes, do you break the eye contact first, and stuff like that. But like, why it is so hard to get a good self-esteem, why is it is so hard to fake it, is just that it would be actually for the in-group, let's take back to caveman times again and this evolution psychology thing, it would be really detrimental if you couldn't actually look at who is confident, and you would just randomly follow some person with some idea, no matter if they know their thing or are they confident or not. If you couldn't decide that, you can instinctively know that this person isn't very confident, and maybe you should ask around more for the directions, or do something else, or follow someone else or whatever.
That's like impenetrable. How do we stop it from continuing? Because no matter how many times I've been told good self-love, self-empowerment mantras and thoughts, and tried to get in that mindset, I literally couldn't see myself in that way, and I couldn't change it through my own words. God, it's so messy. This relationship we have with feminism and our body image is just so horrendous. I want to hear your thoughts on this, because as you can tell, this is the beginning of a thought process that hasn't quite properly begun yet. I just don't really understand why validation was the thing that made me click, and how do I negotiate that with my feminism? Oh, heavy subject. I think I need your input to make me understand it more. So if you've got something you'd like to add or say, or share your personal experience, make a video response, put a comment down below. I will be so grateful to read what you all have to say. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.
Yes, this is why the whole ideology of feminism is so dangerous, because it basically tells you to avoid and try to fight against your biology in this instinct, and it's not any it's I think exactly same as if Christianity tells gay people that they should just kind of reject themselves and try to fight the urge to have homosexual feelings. Then this is no better. You just have to fight the urge to feel good when someone says you are beautiful, even though it's the most natural thing to happen and to do. But this is very problematic for people because it can get you really mixed up in your head and be really dangerously hateful if you follow this to the end and just try to reject biology. Because if you put against each other biology and feminism, then I can guarantee you that feminism will not win. Thank you and goodbye.